Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you're having a great day. If you've been watching Larry's Anything Goes programming, you know that we are not only providing great financial intelligence content as much as possible by interviewing other financial professionals, professionals in the travel industry, real estate industry, etc., and so forth, but we provide various services when it comes to specific products that we sell, from anything that you would actually find on Amazon or actually at Walmart, etc., and so forth. And we are actually providing specific products due to today's current crisis and whatnot to ensure that we provide the right services and products that you need at a reasonable price when it comes to medical face masks, when it comes to hand sanitizer, and when it comes to latex gloves and things of that nature, and etc., and so forth, toilet paper, paper towels. But we have what you need. Also, family, don't forget that Larry's Anything Goes is a part of an affiliate marketing network known as Gold Standard Partners, where you have the opportunity to buy cryptocurrency and allow others to invest with you as becoming an affiliate marketing partner. And obviously, if they purchase a package with the program, you're able to make money off their package purchases and make money off of their crypto purchases and things of that nature. If you want to join, please follow the links in the description, and I'll give you a call as soon as you sign up and purchase a package, and we'll go from there. But definitely, it's all about the best way to make money moves is to have currency with one another and to ensure that currency is always being spoken of on all levels, so it benefits everyone and not just one specific person. That's a lot of things that people forget about. So think about joining the program, and we'll be able to go from there. But if not, either way, it's always appreciated. And thank you for watching. And hopefully you guys have a great day and continuously make money moves so you don't live broke like a fool. Take care. As you can see, with our various products, we have our financial apparel, as you see, wearing There's Anything Goes t-shirt, financial intelligence is sexy, face masks, latex gloves, things of that nature, to obviously ensure the safety of you and your family all at the same time. We want to ensure that you get the best products and see the actual products that we're actually providing for you, and giving you another view of not only the shirts and the medical masks, but actually another view of actual latex gloves and the actual hand sanitizer. Because one thing we've learned throughout this unfortunate crisis is that we have to take more precautionary measures to ensure not only the safety for ourselves, but for our families. And having a great pair of hand sanitizers, latex gloves, and medical face masks will ensure that safety. And with all that being said, hopefully you guys will check out our online store. We have the various products that you see here. With a couple of clicks, especially if you're paying via PayPal, it makes life that much easier for you to purchase our various products, especially during this unfortunate situation. You see the apparel from Larry's Anything Goes. We have the medical products when it comes to hand sanitizer, latex gloves, medical face masks, and things of that nature, and various other products. So please check out Larry's Anything Goes. Support small local businesses. We greatly appreciate it, and hopefully that you have a good day. How goes it? How goes it? How goes it, family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. This is the last live broadcast for the week because I will be touching down in good old Texas tomorrow. So let's get into it. Do the great three free things: like, share, and subscribe. That's all I ask right now. And we're going to be talking about Pangea. I remember learning about this years ago. For those who are not familiar, how the world actually looked at a certain period in our time and whatnot, because the way the continents are set up today throughout the globe were not set up like this a long, long, long time ago. All right. So before I get into it, make sure I get this going and all that good stuff. In fact, let me see if I can, not that. Yep. No. There we go. We're good to go now. All right. So what if you're not familiar with what Pangea is, from about the year 280 to 230 million, not the year, but from 280 to 230 million years ago, late Paleozoic era until the late Triassic era, the continents we know, even the continent that we know of as North America, was actually a continuous with Africa, South America, and Europe. They all existed as a single continent called Pangea. Pangea first began to be torn apart when a three-pronged fissure grew between Africa, South America, and North America. Rifting began as magma welled up through the weakness in the crust, creating a volcanic rift zone. Volcanic eruptions spewed ash and volcanic debris across the landscape as these served continent-sized fragments of Pangea diverged. The gash between the spreading continents gradually grew to form a new ocean basin, the Atlantic. The rift zone, known as the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, continued to provide the raw volcanic materials for the expanding ocean basin. Meanwhile, North America slowly pushed westward away from the rift zone. The thick continental crust that made up the new east coast collapsed into a series of down dropped fault blocks that roughly parallel today's coastline. At first, the hot faulted edge of the continent was high and buoyant relative to the new ocean basin. As the edge of North America moved away from the hot rift zone, it began to cool and subside beneath the new Atlantic Ocean. This once active divergent plate boundary became the passive trailing edge of westward moving North America in plate tectonic terms. The Atlantic plane is known as a classic example of passive continental margin. Today, the Mesozoic and Cenozoic sedimentary rock layers that lie beneath much of coastal plain and Phrygian continental shelf remain nearly horizontal. Now, am I trying to act like I'm a geologist? No, I'm reading the definition of Pangea from the actual United States Geological Survey website. Okay, I'm not trying to portray to be anything, but what I am saying, the continents of the world were together. If you look up a picture of what Pangea looks like, it is actually very interesting and very amazing and whatnot. Okay, to see how the continents connect and things of that nature, how even South America actually connects with Africa and whatnot. But anyways, I digress. The main reason why I'm talking about this, and I'm not going to be on long tonight because I got to get up in the morning. I want to be 100% to go for my flight. But thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate this. This is really a positive video at the end of the day. Me streaming right now. I want my folks to put their things to the side. You know how a lot of times people call in various gangs and whatnot from various organizations to have some sort of a peace treaty. I want people to start having more of a peace treaty and accepting people for who they are. And as long as they're not physically hurting you or hurting your loved ones or whatnot, or breaking any specific laws, it's time for people to put stuff to the side. Now, people probably like, well, what do you mean put stuff to the side? I'm going to go into it, and I'm neutral in the side because I'm neither. So if you're a Christian or a Muslim, put that to the side. Be good to people. If you if you're whatever religious beliefs you may have, or non-religious beliefs you may have, be a decent human being. That's my mindset. Whatever, regardless of your economic background and whatnot, be decent to one another. Because I've one thing for me, I've always learned so many things from people from various backgrounds, various different cultures, various different religions, non-religions. I always have the opportunity to learn something from somebody, and I'm saying the world was once all together, and as far as the continents go, Pangea. All right, people need to start getting like that again. Because, and I say this for this specific reason, there's a reason why the world has not, at least not yet, has governments and nations have not all, as far as around the world, all collapsed at this time, because they've learned to work with one another. There's a reason why most of the corporations don't ultimately just collapse like that, because they learn to work with each other. People have had to put, great example, for the survival of China, they had to put aside certain differences and say, hey, we need to open our country up to the world, because if we don't, we will remain in abject poverty, and we will not be a great nation like we were before. Now you see how they are today. Being able to work with people is a very great attribute, especially in the world of business. It's one thing people, for the most part, when people work at a job, they deal with each other, because they know they're only going to be there for 1 hour, a couple hours, not 1 hour, a couple hours, and they're there to do a job and move on. Those who make it. Those who don't. But at the end of the day, my point is really, at the end of the day, is that you have to be able to put aside certain differences that you have. Like, hey, great example, our government does that, whether people believe it or not. That's why the government didn't shut down and whatnot. Even when it does, it doesn't shut down for very long, because they know for the greater of the union and whatnot, they have to work together. Corporations is the same thing. Now they may split apart, but they do it in an amicable way to ensure that there's a survival of the people that split apart, and then they move on to other ventures, and they try not, and even though that they may be competing towards one another, excuse me, they're not trying to ultimately crush one another, and even if they are, they're still not trying to make as many enemies. Great example, you know, um, Steve Jobs when he was alive, rest his soul. Bill Gates, you had Apple, you had Microsoft. They came together when it came to a multitude of things to ensure that things work. Now, sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't, but being bloodthirsty all the time wasn't their style. It's the same thing with a lot of the tech organizations in Silicon Valley, in New York, and Dallas, and Austin, and Atlanta, and whatnot. You have people that might come together, that might compete against one another, but they figure out to get things done. Great example, Facebook and Instagram. One time Instagram was not a part of Facebook. Facebook bought them out. Look where Instagram is at today. And that's just those are the little examples and whatnot. A lot of communities thrive because people put their differences aside, and they have a Pangea mentality. Hey, we're in this together. Let's get it done. Let's move forward. Because if you're always bloodthirsty, it's a term that a friend of mine from high school used to always say, back when we used to do our rapping thing and whatnot. If you always have a bloodthirsty mentality and whatnot, you never have any time to heal, to chill, relax, and to be able to form relationships and whatnot. Because at the end of the day, life is nothing but forming specific relationships, and you can't make, and I'm the biggest introvert on the freaking planet, but I know even with me, I can't make specific moves in life if I'm not involving other people and whatnot. I'm not going to have customers in life if I don't have other people checking on my website. I'm not going to have renters renting my properties if I'm not dealing with other people. So that's the thing I wanted to leave on that note. On a positive note, is for people to start trying to work together, whether people in their career, whether people raising their families, whether people with their businesses, whatever the case may be. Okay. Whatever the case may be, I think it's time for people to start doing that more and more so, because if you're all, especially, the one thing you can learn from not having access to Facebook and Instagram, there was a calmness in the world for a little bit, because you had less and less of this stupid nonsense of people going at each other like a bunch of babies online, saying, "Oh, I'm better than you, and you're not better than me. I'm better than you." Nonsense and crap like that. And that's where we need to be at in this world. We need to stop with the bickering. I see men and women older than me. I'm in my 30s, older than me, acting like children online, on Facebook and on social media, constantly bickering back and forth, and it gets ridiculous after a while. So That's the reason why we need to have more of a Pangea mentality. If you're going to argue something, I had to tell somebody the other day, I'm not arguing over anything unless my life is on the line or my money's on the line or my, people that's in my family that's on the line. That's, my loved ones. Outside of that, I'm not going to argue. If you're going to be a Republican, be a Republican. You're going to be a Democrat, be a Democrat. You're going to be a Christian, Muslim, Jewish, whatever have you. Who cares? If my life is not on the line, I don't care what you are. If you're a decent person, can we build from that? Because you can't get nothing done if you're always bickering back and forth. Trust and believe me, the people in Congress, the people in your state legislature, the people in the media, they make a lot of great money to argue and bicker like kids and whatnot. Most working adults don't. So that's all I can say on that one. Have a Pangea mentality, all right? Where all the continents from North and South America to Europe to Africa was all combined into was one shape and whatnot. And more people have to have that mindset. Thank you, Jacqueline Morales. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, more people need to have that mindset when it comes to approaching anything in life, because what you see on the cameras half the time is not really what happens behind closed doors. Because if that was the case, and if we were really that divided, then we would just literally collapse. We've seen where countries are so divided to the point where they collapse. The United States, that hasn't happened yet. So that's my little 2 cents, trying to end this year off on a great positive note. And that's all I can say on that one. All right, so I am out of here. This is I think I did 4 videos today and 3 yesterday, so I'm done. But definitely do the great 3 free things: like, share, and subscribe. Be good to each other, learn from each other, accept people's differences, and as long as no one's holding a knife or a gun to your throat, stop with the bickering. Stop worrying about what other people are doing. Life is not high school. I'm talking to my adults in the room. Sometimes I see teenagers acting more mature than adults nowadays. They got more of a Pangea mentality. Because when you think about it, the best thing about when children are in freaking elementary school, majority of the time they don't see race, they don't see class, they don't see all, who's got the nicest shoes and the pearls on and all this other stupid crap that when people get to middle school, high school, and adulthood, start paying attention to whatnot. I don't pay attention to how good your house is, your car is, or your clothes and all that other stuff, because I'm a grown man. If you're a good person, you're good in my book. Don't care where you come from. If you're a good person, you're good in my book. I look at it like that. Because, hey, I'm like the CIA. Everybody's a jerk until they prove otherwise. You're guilty until proven innocent. I treat everybody that way because I'm an introvert. But if you come off as a good person, then that's how I'm going to treat you, right? So, as I always say, family, make money move so you're going to live broke like a fool. Have a Pangea mentality where everyone's together. When everybody shows you their face in a negative light, that's when you treat them in a different way. But until that time frame, let's love each other, let's be together, and let's just keep it positive, all right? If it ain't about money, if it ain't about life or death or getting a paycheck, remember, there's no reason to get upset, all right? I'm out of here. Take care, family.